This learning object is a production of Abu Dhabi Men's College, Center of Excellence for ICT and Learning Technology.
Thank you very much. It's a true pleasure and an honor to be here. And as I must say, I have been, over the past day and a half now, I think as much inspired as all of you have been by the speakers today. Can you hear me? Good. Very good. Much better here. My story is a little bit different. It's a story of going against the odds, being a loner in places where, you know, not a lot of women have been and have been successful, but a story of perseverance. So I'd like to share a short presentation, and then at the end of the presentation, I have a video that I will show you that sort of takes you on the same journey that I've been to this International Space Station and lets you get a glimpse of what it feels to be in space. So I hope you enjoy it, and then hopefully we'll have some time for question and answer. We have the presentation. Okay. Well, this picture should be familiar to many of you from the region, at least. Actually, I had to zoom in so you can see the palms better, right in the corner. But this is how this region looks from up there, from the International Space Station. And on the other side of the water is where I was born. When I give this speech in most places in the world, I say I was born a long, long time ago from a country far, far away. Here, my country is not that far away. It's probably about an hour and a half flight from here. So I feel very close to it now. I was born in Mashhad, a city in Iran, and while growing up, all I could dream of was going to space. The whole mystery of looking at the universe, looking back at the stars, and thinking to myself, if there are other beings out there, if there's another young girl out there somewhere in the stars looking back at our planet and thinking the same thing, made me really want to be able to fly to space. And of course, as you can imagine, being a little girl in Iran talking about going to space and becoming an astronaut, no one really took me that seriously. And you know, assumed that as I grow up, probably like many dreams that children have, this will disappear too. But what happened is the dream didn't disappear. It just got stronger and stronger and became a burning passion that stayed with me throughout my careers. When I came to the United States, when I was about 16 years old, I told myself, well, here's my chance. I can become an astronaut. I'm going to US and I'll go to NASA, get a job, and become an astronaut. Of course, realities of life are different, and I did take a different path and ended up going to engineering school to be able to support myself and my family and to be able to get a job, and enjoyed it because I love math and sciences anyways, and it was an area that I enjoyed learning, and I was fortunate enough to be able to build a career in telecommunication and built several companies very successfully. Not very easy, but I've been fortunate enough to have a great team of people and a very supportive family who's been the main ingredients of my success, I believe. As part of my success in my entrepreneurial endeavors, I was given the opportunity to go after what I was really passionate for, and that was space. And as I grew up, my passion grew stronger, and even though I was completely on the other side of possibilities of becoming an astronaut, I didn't think that it's an impossible dream. And I sort of knew deep down inside, in my gut, that one day somehow I'll be able to achieve this dream. And I even told my husband, said, well, I know I will fly to space one day, but somehow if that doesn't happen, you need to make sure that if I die before you, you need to send my ashes to space. I had made him promise to do that for me. And I figured, okay, that's how I'm going to achieve my dream. At least my ashes will make it to space. But fortunately, I didn't have to wait that long. So when we sold our company, the first thing I did, I said, this is my chance to do something about what I really love to do. And a lot of people ask me, why is space so important to you? It's not just a trip to space. It wasn't floating in zero-G. But I truly believe that space is our future, is your future. If today they would basically try to turn off or stop anything that uses space technology, we will not be able to live like we live today. We will not be able to sustain our lifestyle. And not many people understand what a big role space industry have played in our lifestyle and our way of life and our advancements. And our future will even more heavily depend on resources of space. The biggest cause of war, conflicts, is resource contention. And one thing that there are lots of it out there is resources out in space. So if we can find ways of safely and cost-effectively harvest those energies and resources that are in space, it will completely change the way we look at problems here on Earth. We sort of put blinders on and look only for solutions here, but there may be solutions outside our planet that we need to be aware of. And a lot of the advancement in technology is required to be able to do that, but they're not out of reach. A lot of the projects that I'm involved with solar-based satellites and being able to harvest energy of the sun and beaming it back to Earth to be used for our energy resources, being able to use satellite imagery and technology to help with preservation activities, other projects that involve developing materials in space that will give us better use of regular things that we build here, stronger or durable material. So there are many projects that depend on space technology. The biggest barrier to space is the cost of launch, cost of going to space. So through a prize that my family and I sponsored back in 2002, we wanted to get entrepreneurs involved because so far space has been a realm for just government agencies. So we put a prize for entrepreneurs, non-government agencies, to be able to build spaceships and go to about 100 kilometers, come back, and show a business model that can use such spaceships. And you can imagine dinner conversations where who participated. And this came from the US, won the prize, and now the program is being commercialized by Virgin Galactic, and there will be people flying using this technology in 2011. So that was the start of my getting back into space, and as part of that, I became aware of an opportunity to go train in in Russia, in Moscow, and be able to go to the training program for astronauts. And I told myself, well, this is at least another step toward my goal. Even though I was not supposed to fly, I took that opportunity. It was tough training, 6 months, and I took on the challenge. And that made me sort of in line for possibilities of flying in the future. And the program was for a flight to International Space Station. International Space Station orbits about 220 miles above the Earth, and it basically makes an orbit every 90 minutes, or every 90 minutes you can see a sunrise and a sunset. And it's a true collaboration between a lot of countries and can be used as a model.